Hey everyone, welcome to It's Clearly Anna and Kenny's Junkyard podcast. I'm Anna. Unfortunately, Kenny is not feeling good right now, and literally not feeling good. We did do a podcast together, but every time I keep putting it up, it keeps getting taken down. So we don't know if it was something he said or if somebody's just not liking that I have a male in my podcast. I'm not sure. Or if they're complaining about it, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. But here I sit, alone in the dark. Da, 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 da. But kids are in bed. Hubby's in bed because he's not feeling good. Made some spaghetti and meatballs for dinner tonight, which I did the meatballs this morning and put them in the crock pot, and they cooked all day, which they came out phenomenal. And there's hardly anything left, which is actually surprising because normally I do have some leftovers, but this time apparently I did something right because everybody had seconds. But I think just being out all day long and doing everything and just got a little bit into the hobby. I'm a little tired too, but I'm not as tired as him because I know I had to get in here into the office, do a little bit of a podcast. I'm going to do a little bit of streaming. I don't know if I'm going to, well, no, I'm not going to say streaming. I'm going to say content creating because it sounds a little weird on streaming. Hey, we're going to stream. No, we're going to call it content creating. But, so, it was a long weekend, I have to say. It's been a long few weeks. It's been a long fucking couple months. I hate to say for me. I lost my job in March. And just because I wanted to stand up for myself for what I believed in, I did it lying down because I took it with a, you know. And so I was out of work for like almost a month and a half, 2 months, and I applied at a job out of town. I got hired there at this company that does stuff, and I got pretty much, I got canned from the job because, how do you put it? You can't there's no such thing as the freedom of speech anymore because you can't say what you want anymore. And well, I had some opinions at this job about something that happened to me personally, and they asked me to sign something, and I refused to. And they gave me my ultimatum pretty much of either I sign this piece of paper or bye bye. Well, I was like, I refuse to sign it. They're like, well, I'm sorry, we can't work with a person like you unless you can actually come in and sign this paper. No, I'm not going to sign that damn paper. No, 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 no. I'm not going to do that shit. And no, I will not get into what kind of piece of paper it was because I just don't want a whole controversy thing on my podcast, even though there is a thing called freedom of speech. And if you're wondering what that beeping noise is, that is my smoke detector being annoying little a-hole. Sorry about that. I can't reach up there. And I know it's been going on for like a couple weeks actually, and I keep forgetting to get the battery. Give the battery to my husband and be like, here you go. Come on, Gigantor. Go up there and fix it. I got a cat staring at me. I don't know why, but he's staring at me. Or wait, my bad. She, not he. I've only got one dark kitty. Well, I got two dark kitties, and they're both females. And then I got a light, two loafs, two big old fat kitties, and I got a couple doggies and stuff, and then a snake and a four beardies and a duck and a chicken. Sounds like I'm living on a damn zoo. But anyways, so as I'm sitting here, so I've been jotting down ideas for podcasts and stuff, and I know I'm all over the place in this podcast, but so I've been doing countless hours of research on something specific, and I know it'll be helpful into the indigenous community, the indigenous native community, because of the factor of I am doing a podcast on some stuff that's involved with the indigenous native community, because of the factor that so many go missing and it doesn't get recognized as much as it does for other people. And I want to raise awareness on that. So that's going to be a podcast at some point. I'm just not done doing all the research that I need to do on it. I've got like maybe another few more days or so on doing research. I'm actually took a break from it because of all the stories I read and everything else. And I mean, it's heartbreaking when you read all these stories. It is seriously heartbreaking, and I don't know what to say for them except I'm sorry that you're going through all this, and I don't know how much more I can help, but by doing this, it's raising awareness so everybody else knows that they're people too. Don't treat them like something they're not, which is crazy for me to say. Being a little white girl, but I do care, so. And people think I'm racist, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm far from it. Just because I look like it and I have my opinions and stuff doesn't mean I am. I'm not. I'm far from being a racist, and I'm not racist. I'm actually the most nicest person you'll ever meet. So is my husband. Neither of us are racist. We're raising our kids to be like outspoken and stuff, but also, treating everybody with respect, no matter what race you are. But that is not what we're getting into in the podcast or anything. We're just chilling here. And there's a fucking weird. Okay, you know what? I thought I killed you, bug. You're dead. That looks like one of those fucking mosquito hawks. Excuse my French. But anyways, so that was a little weird. I'm not even going there. Anyways, so here I sit, alone in the dark. You want to know why? Because everybody's sleeping. And I'm not. But I've actually not streamed in the last few. Actually, I think I haven't streamed in like almost a week. I think, like content created. But it's called giving my mind a break mentally and physically. I cannot play Call of Duty like 24/7 like most people can. I can't play a lot of games 24/7 anymore. I mean, my brain is getting wiped from it. And I don't think a lot of people realize that you need to take some you time and some mental health time and all that when you're playing a game, especially when it's Call of Duty, especially Modern War. Okay, so the new Modern Warfare 2 came out, whatever, last year or some crap like that. Well, I got into playing it, and I was like, okay, I like it. And then the more you play certain like games, like if you go into okay, so I'm gonna give an example, like Search and Destroy, the most the most toxic game ever. I can't lie on that. And then you get all the bots. It doesn't matter if you're playing Warzone or just regular multiplayer, with Search and Destroy or TDM, which is Team Deathmatch or anything. I can talk about streaming games and playing games all night long, but that is not what I'm gonna do because it gets to be old and boring sometimes. Sorry, that's my chair. And so, oh, okay, so, and oh, I forgot to tell you, all you mothers and fudges of the happy Mother's Day out there to all you moms and dads out there, because some of the dads have to do it on their own, and I know this because my brother-in-law has been doing it alone for the past 9 years, even though he's had help with some of us. And I'd say happy Mother's Day to my brother-in-law and all my family and friends, even if they don't listen. I don't know. We told them we have a podcast, but if you're new here to the podcast, I can tell you why we call it the junkyard. So, coming up in our driveway, you're going to look to the right and you're going to see a big old junk pile. Like, our yard looks like a junkyard. Seriously. We got cars all over the yard, and kind of junk scrap. So, we call it the junkyard. That's why this podcast is called the junkyard, because when you talk about something, it's like you're throwing it all the way to the junkyard. Yeah. Take some of that shit out of that scrap pile there, bro. And if you're wondering why the hubby ain't in here, like I said, he was not feeling good. And we did have actually a podcast up that we did together. And I tried putting it back up. I've done it multiple times. And I don't know if it's because he was in the podcast or not, or if it was something he said, because I don't know. I mean, I was interviewing him kind of like all over the place on stuff, and I don't think he was as prepared as we should be. And so I sit here and I'm actually been writing down content, but I've been doing a lot more content creating. Just haven't posted it up. I'm slowly posting it up. And I'm also going to start streaming more on YouTube or content creating on YouTube, whatever you want to call it. Um, I don't know. I mean, there's multiple things I'm doing. Like last night we went and delivered Mother's Day gifts early to my mother and my mother-in-law, and then we come home with an early. Well, we got our gifts a little early too. Like got a gift for my mother-in-law, and my husband got his gift early for Father's Day gift early as well. We got a couple puppies to add to our family of crazy. So, you know, and then I got two assholes sleeping in my office right now. That was my cup. Gotta get more water in it anyways. So, nah, really didn't do much today. Went and picked up some stuff, went and delivered it to people, and went and got a truck and brought that home. That was a fun ride home, actually, for me because I got to drive the other vehicle. I'm just glad it wasn't a manual because I'm all rusty on that department. I'd probably kill it with the clutch. Anyways, so we got home last night and freaking my kid, we told our one kid, hey, turn on the light. All of a sudden, our outdoor light turns on, and we're like, me and the hubby like, what the frick just happened there? I was like, what'd you do to it? I didn't do shit, woman. I was like, are you sure? Because that's crazy, because that didn't work for a while. So now it works, which is nice. Because now I don't feel like I'm being stared at now when I'm in my office, so I can actually have the light on. And it's really freaking bright, so it's nice. But no, it was and if you're wondering if I got anything for Mother's Day, no, not from the hubby or the kids because I said I didn't want anything. Just for the factor of, hey, we already did enough. It's so now I'm sitting here chilling like a villain and talking to you guys and getting ready to close off this podcast in the next 5-10 minutes maybe. Just to do a quick little say hello and let you know that there's going to be new content coming up on our podcast. Like I said, I'm doing something about Indigenous people. I'm going to be doing some other my hubby is really actually shy on doing podcasts. I don't think he knows what to say, even if I were to help him out on it, because he is dyslexic. And I mean, I can do a podcast on dyslexia and mental health, and I know I'm going to do that because if you need someone to talk to, then I am here for you. I'm trying to think of what else to talk about here because I'm running out of ideas right now, and I'm actually really tired, like everybody else in my house. But I got other things to do, and oh, oh shush! It quit the growling. Gotta love the critters. They all growl at each other. The dog growls at the cats. And then we're actually just chilling. I like a feeling. We've had some nice days out. Let's see. But if you have any ideas, you can follow us on Facebook and it's clear at the clearly. I think it's called Clearly the Junkyard or something like that. If not, just look for it's clearly Anna and Kenny, on any social media, and you'll find us. And that's Klierly. Clearly, not Clearly. I think that's right. It's too late to be spelling. But you all have a great night, and I will actually start a podcast tomorrow and talk to you guys tomorrow.